Triveni, its importance in spirituality and enlightenment. Importance of Triveni, a confluence of three rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, also pronounced as Jamuna, and Saraswati, has a deep spiritual aspect and meaning. Triveni is a place where these three rivers, Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati, meet with each other to form and flow as a single river with a new name or with one of the names of three rivers, and is considered very holy in India and very sacred to the followers of Hindu religion. It is said that at Triveni, Ganga and Jamuna meet the invisible Saraswati. Invisible because it is not seen flowing anywhere on the surface of earth, thereby making the place very holy and highly sacred. A dip in Triveni, especially on certain auspicious days, is believed to wash off all the sins of an individual and grant him moksha, that is, liberation from avagaman, that is, liberation from endless cycles of births and deaths in various forms of life, which include human forms, animal forms, bird forms, reptile forms, and many other creature and life forms. 84 lakh forms in total as per Hindu scriptures. There can be no denying the fact that the waters of these rivers are having very special and holy qualities which the waters of many other rivers do not possess. However, why Triveni is considered so holy and sacred, and how it can wash off the sins of a person and grant him moksha is not known to all. The actual secret lies in the spiritual aspect of Triveni, which is not known to all. As we know, we cannot worship the actual God, as he is not visibly before us. So, we worship his idol or picture, or something else, as a physical representation of the actual God. Similarly, the Triveni of Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati actually represents Triveni inside a human body, just like an idol represents the God. Many ancient Hindu saints, sages and rishis might have been aware about the Triveni inside a human body and its importance and role in making a person enlightened, though it finds no or very rare mention in the scriptures, because like other spiritual secrets, it was also considered as a very holy spiritual secret and so kept as a closely guarded secret. However, since spiritual Triveni inside a human body is not normally perceivable, so they worship Triveni of Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati as representing spiritual Triveni inside the human body, and the common people, out of faith and trust in them, also started worshipping this Triveni on earth without actually knowing the background for the same. However, the common people remained ignorant about the spiritual Triveni inside the human body, but worshipped the physical Triveni on earth out of traditional faith, and thus it has been going on from times immemorial. Though every person does not possess a Triveni inside his body, but every human body has the potential of acquiring a Triveni inside the body under certain conditions, but the task is not very easy and requires continuous dedication in one's efforts to get blessed by the Almighty with Triveni. Despite one's best efforts, it may take time of one life or many lives in gaining success in this. A normal man is aware only of the two states of consciousness. One, dream state, and other, waking state. He has no clue to the superconscious state of mind, as the same does not exist in a normal human body and is very difficult, if not impossible, to be got. Only by hard labor and dedication in certain practices one may acquire this unique, superconscious state of mind with the blessing of God, or so to say, the divine eyes, to experience and behold the divine. The importance of Triveni lies in the fact that it sets in motion a mechanism available in a human body to acquire superconscious state of mind, also known as transcendental state of mind or divine eyes, mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Every normal human body has 3 invisible, mystical nadis, channels. Out of these 3 invisible nadis, only 2 nadis, known as Ida and Pingala, are active in human body from the very birth, as they carry 2 invisible subtle streams of energy currents to the brain and different parts of the body, from the base of the spine to carry out normal functions of the body and its cells and organs, etc. Just like Ganga and Jamuna are active on the earth and the waters flowing through them cater to different needs of earth, humans and other various life forms living on earth. The third invisible nadi, known as Sushumna, and the third energy current, known as Kundalini, have special importance and vital role in the spiritual enlightenment of an individual and in acquiring superconscious state of mind. But this third stream of energy current, known as Kundalini, is dormant and inactive, rather non-existent, in almost all human beings, just like Saraswati river is invisible and inactive on earth, but once activated, flows through Sushumna Nadi, third invisible mystical channel. As the third energy current, known as Kundalini in Hindu scriptures, usually remains dormant, inactive and non-existent throughout the life of a human being. As such, the third nadi, Sushumna, meant to carry this third stream of energy current, also remains inactive during the entire life of an individual. When the mechanism of this latent and dormant power, known as Kundalini, gets activated in a human body through certain methods, the Sushumna Nadi's role comes into play. The other 2 active streams of energy currents of Ida and Pingala join Kundalini at a place near the base of the spine, known as Muladhara, making the place of joining a Triveni in the body, just in the same way in which Ganga and Jamuna join the invisible Saraswati at Triveni on earth. From this Triveni place, known as Muladhara, the 3 unified streams of energy currents, forming now a new single energy stream, known as Kundalini, rises through Sushumna Nadi, and depending upon the level of rise of Kundalini, the lucky blessed person gets a superconscious state of mind and thus gains access to divine knowledge. It is as if Goddess Saraswati has blessed such a lucky person. The new stream of Kundalini energy current is a live and super intelligent energy which has no parallel on this earth. Artificial intelligence of the modern world is a non-living intelligence and has many limitations. But this Kundalini Shakti is a live and super intelligent energy without limitations. It is a manifestation of supreme divine energy or divine mother goddess in the human body bestowing divine knowledge and even spiritual powers on the lucky one. In such lucky persons, the Kundalini Shakti rises on occasions during which period the lucky person gets superconscious state of mind, that is, divine eyes, and gets connected to the divine world for brief periods. It is in this state, which is known as Samadhi in Hindu scriptures. This Samadhi state is a death-like experience, as the ordinary conscious mind gets totally detached from the body and physical world and enters into a new domain of super consciousness. Just like a person who, on waking up from a dream during sleep, leaves and detaches from that dream state and enters wakeful state of the normal world. In some extra lucky persons, the Kundalini remains active in the body of such a person permanently and is carried to the brain round the clock through Sushamna Nadi as well as to the other parts of the body, creating and making necessary changes in the brain and body cells. And if the process gets completed, during the lifetime of the person, he acquires a permanent superconscious state of mind. That is, so to say, divine eyes which Lord Krishna gave to Arjuna to behold the divine form of Lord Krishna during Mahabharata war, and thus becomes an enlightened person. With the superconscious state of mind, the result is that the lucky person now experiences and perceives many divine truths of the Almighty God Supreme. The extent of realization of the Almighty depends upon the level of superconsciousness acquired by the lucky person. However, in the case of many enlightened persons, the arousal of Kundalini may be so slow, subtle, and imperceptible that such an individual may not become aware about its arousal and activity throughout his life, but he may still go into Samadhi or acquire superconscious state of mind without having any idea or awareness about the arousal of Kundalini in him and how he got Samadhi or superconsciousness. But the truth is that in every enlightened person, whatever path of yoga, bhakti, worship, puja or practice he follows, the basic cause of his enlightenment is only and only the awakening of Kundalini. As without it, no enlightenment is possible. No amount of human intelligence and thinking can give this direct divine knowledge without the arousal of latent Kundalini. Howsoever much intelligent a person may be, a human brain and mind cannot get access to and comprehend this divine knowledge. Though he may get to know the same theoretically to some extent from the scriptures, books or other writings, etc., or from some person, but same will be like reading, hearing the description of the beauty of Switzerland from some book or person, as against the visiting and actually seeing the said beauty of Switzerland by a person. A knowledge gained from scriptures may make a person well read, a literate or a pandit in a particular subject, but same will not make him an enlightened person. Many persons get deluded by their minds, which makes them to fantasize about God and or all his working, which is nothing but a false perception created by the illusion of God's Maya. Enlightenment is not related to knowledge gained with physical eyes or other four senses, but is a knowledge of the divine, experienced and perceived only and only through divine eyes. A person who has obtained divine eyes or superconscious state of mind becomes dumb, in the sense that he is unable to describe the incomprehensible experience of the divine in any human language, as the said experience has no parallel in this mundane world, nor there are any words to match the description of the experience. The extent of enlightenment varies from person to person, depending upon the level of superconsciousness reached by a person. So, the power to experience and behold the Supreme Divine God depends upon the level of superconsciousness acquired by a person, which in turn is dependent on so many factors. And once the highest level of superconscious state of mind is achieved, all the past and present innumerable karmas, which are the main causes of repeated births and deaths of such a lucky and blessed person, lose their cause and effect. That is, he gets absolved from reaping the fruits of his karmas, and thus he gets liberated from the avagaman, that is, endless cycle of births and deaths on earth. But before the highest stage of superconsciousness is reached, which may even take many births, even lower level of superconsciousness will make the lucky person perceive certain hidden and secret divine truths, and may also bestow some spiritual powers on him. However, the spiritual journey still remains to be completed till the ultimate supreme goal is reached, which is very far away. But surely, having once started the journey by the arousal of Kundalini, he is sure to reach the ultimate supreme goal of realizing and beholding the God Supreme at some point of time, near or far in the future, and, as the Hindu scriptures say, realize himself as part and parcel of the God Supreme. It is due to above effect of Triveni in a human body that Triveni of three rivers, Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati, or any other three rivers, is treated very holy and sacred amongst Hindus, and a dip in Triveni believed to give moksha from the endless cycle of births and deaths, though the representative character of the same and basic background for the same remains unknown to almost all. The mechanism of Kundalini is available only in a human body, and that is why Hindu scriptures say that human birth is very precious and invaluable, and the reward of acquiring superconsciousness is the Almighty Supreme, the entire treasure of this universe, unparalleled and unmatchable by the entire money, wealth, assets, or the entire kingdom of the whole world, or by anything else in this universe. Without going into mechanism, features and working etc. of Kundalini, there are many well-known methods prescribed by Bhagavad Gita and other Hindu scriptures etc. to acquire a Triveni and superconsciousness. But each method has its own pace, merit and limitations. Suffice it to say that there are certain specific methods within them which surely quicken the progress on this journey, which sure results in a single birth. Except mentioning the divine eyes to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita to behold the Supreme Lord of this universe, he, the Lord, has not mentioned anything in the holy Bhagavad Gita about the mechanism, how divine eyes or superconsciousness can be acquired, and while prescribing various paths for realization of God in holy Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has not divulged the secrets of this mechanism of Triveni Triveni and Kundalini, which practice of keeping it a closely guarded secret, has been followed by every sage, saint and rishi who got to know about this secret, except a few enlightened persons in the recent past. The various paths prescribed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita have been commented upon by many saints from time to time in literal and theoretical sense, but their practical secrets have been known only by few blessed persons. The loss of this rare opportunity after getting birth as a human being is very immense, unimaginable, incomprehensible. Suffice it to say that one does not know after how many hundreds, thousands, millions or billions of years one may get a human birth again, after getting caught in the above said endless and painful cycle of births and deaths. Hence, everybody should wake up and try to recognize and achieve the goal of life. As Swami Vivekananda has said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Jai Shri Krishna.